In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, welcome to the Reformed Church of Bronxville for this very special RCNS live in-person graduation. We are so delighted to gather together. And we are also so delighted to have everyone watching on our live stream happening right now. Welcome to you as well. My name is Matt Waterstone. I have the privilege of serving as the senior minister here at the Reformed Church, also known as Pastor Matt, Master Pat, some combination of the two from your little ones. One of my favorite verses in all of the Bible goes something like this: and these three remain: faith, hope, and love. These three have been pillars here at RCNS for this last long and arduous season. We've needed to have faith, to walk by faith and not by sight, leading and planning and pivoting. We've needed to have hope in the dark doldrums of the winter months, hoping for brighter and warmer days to come. And yet what has sustained us throughout it all is love, is God's love and a deep love for one another. So with that being said, welcome. We just are delighted to share God's love and each other's love together. And with that being said, would you please join me in welcoming the director of the Reformed Church Nursery School, Mrs. Margaret Murtaugh.
Morning, everyone. So every Thursday, we've been having chapel via Zoom, and this is actually the first time we've been in the sanctuary, except for practice, since the beginning of the school year, and we usually have chapel in here. And our song that we usually sing is God is Here. So I'd ask the graduates to stand in the pews, and we'll get ready to sing God is Here. Let's wait for Mr. Jim.
Are you ready? Here we go.
God is here, celebrate, dance, oh dance, that was one more time. God is here. Join in if you can. That was great, boys and girls. Thanks so much. So now the children are going to be doing a few musical selections, so each class will be coming up to get ready to sing. Go ahead. Didn't they do a wonderful job? Usually, at this time in the ceremony, our children receive their diplomas, but because of our rules, they were sent home to everyone. So what we're going to do is announce every graduate's name. When you hear your name, you'll stand up, and at the end, Pastor Matt is going to give our graduates a blessing. Okay, Mrs. Dixon will announce the names.
Mrs. Windsor's half-day fives. Emily Babbage, Sebastian Bacon,
Stay standing.
Shay Clancy, Madeline Keene, Sean Mahoney, Samuel Reedy, Aiden Smith, Aiden Solomon. Mrs. Talamo's extended day fives. Henry DeRusso, Kean Doherty, Thomas Hansen, Lucas Jesus, Zane Patel, Jack Rasamny, Kieran Sarantakos, Logan Strickland, Lucy Utel. Ms. Tara's extended day fours. James Savali, Charlie Goddard, Jack Horgan, Lila Jessamine, Andrew Kolondreyev, Perry Kruger, William McHenry, William Skinner, Bertie Sprague, Zoe Todd. Ms. Vise's extended day fours. Emerson Ching, Mia Cortez, Joseph Ferricelli, Emmy Howard, Jack Iannacone, Joe Johnston, Neely O'Grady, Cole Peterson, Liana Polakowski.
Let's give all of our graduates another round of applause. Boys and girls, I'd like to teach you one more thing this year. Do you think you have enough room in your brains to learn one more thing before you graduate? I think so. That's right, Zane. You have plenty of room. We got lots of room to learn more things. I want to teach you about what it means to be a blessing. Can you say the word blessing? Blessing. Very good. And when Jesus talks about being a blessing and giving a blessing, Jesus isn't talking about being happy. He's not talking about getting all A's on your report card or scoring lots of goals in your soccer game. No, what Jesus means to bless someone is the idea that we would grow in loving God and loving others. And that's my prayer and my blessing for each of you. Of course, we all want you to be superstars in the classroom and when you're playing with your friends and in all of your sporting activities. But most important, we want you to grow in your love of God and in your love of your family and friends and neighbors. So that's my prayer for you this summer. So when we all come back together next year, you'll grow not only physically, you'll probably be at least 4 inches taller, but you'll also grow in your love of God and love for each other. Friends, today is also an opportunity to celebrate Margaret Murtaugh. Because this year, we acknowledge and celebrate, this is Margaret's 20th year as the director of the Reformed Church Nursery School. I think that's worthy of a round of applause. Margaret, you are the fiercest advocate for our children. You are a therapist and counselor to us parents. You are the fearless leader of this school, but above all, you're a servant leader. So on behalf of the board and all of the families of the Reformed Church Nursery School, thank you so much and congratulations.
Okay, to catch my breath. My first day of school, of work here was actually 9/11. So it's very fitting that I round out 20 years with a global pandemic. It just would only be fitting. Well, first of all, I just want to congratulate all of our children for a job well done. Boys and girls, you're going to have to be very patient because I have a lot of thank yous to do, and I have a few things I'd like to say before I send you off to the fives and kindergarten. A special thank you to Judy Santoro, Bernadette Greeley, Claire Hughes, and Eileen Van Hoek, Chris Dixon, Kathy Rodriguez, and Ellen Wolfson, and to all our teachers and staff. And I think I owe them to read each of their names, since I would not have been able to do this without them, without their support, without them showing up every day. Tevin Palermo and Mariana Manganiello, Robin Talamo, Nicole Windsor, June Holmes, Mary Grace Killip, Tara Monaco, Deirdre Weiss, Nancy Acchiavetti, Marnie Burns, Amory Fernandez, Kimberly Geidel, Lisa Scatino, Bernadette Greeley, Barbara Hudson, Claire Hughes, Sandra Ramirez, Maria Lucas, Jim Murtaugh, Gavin Reedy, Megan Allen, Catherine Bradley, Nancy Marshall, and Jane Scotty. And if everyone who's here would stand so we can all cheer you on. So we have a few celebrations and a few goodbyes today. First, I don't know if Mrs. Hughes is here, she's sitting in the back, but Claire is, when I say she wears a million different hats, she wears a million different hats. Depending upon who calls, she is planning trips, the admissions coordinator, toddler time teacher, twos teacher, and just office administrator. This is her 15th year of loving your children so much and of supporting us and working here at RCNS. So Claire, come on up. Thanks, Pastor Matt. And now it's time to say goodbye to a few of our staff members. First, Tevin Palermo. We celebrated Tevin yesterday, so we're not going to give her another bouquet of flowers. I shouldn't be too for that. But Tevin has been with us 5 years. She has been instrumental, along with a number of people sitting in this room, to take to fruition our kindergarten and first grade program. and I absolutely could not done it without her. But she's not going far because she's going to be teaching second grade at Bronxville School, so I think maybe some of you might have her when you go off to Bronxville. So congratulations to Tevin, and as I said to her, as her boss, I'm devastated. As her aunt, I'm so proud of her, so. So about 15 years ago, I had a see it come in to work with a child that was in the threes program, and we just hit it off right away. And then we worked with a number of children through the years. And finally, I said to Ellen Wolfson, would you think about becoming our licensed clinical social worker and stay on staff? Which she did, which she's done so with such heart and feeling and empathy and for the past 8 years. But she is moving to Nashville with her family, to be with her family, and we wish her well, and we'd love her to come up to get some flowers. Thanks, Ellen. And last but not least, Nancy Acciavetti, who for the past 26 years has taught our children, but more than that, she's been like a den mother to us. If Nancy could do anything for you, sharing, caring, loving you, she does it every day. And we are going to miss her so much, but it's time for her to spend time with her grandbabies and with her family. She's worked so incredibly hard. And so we'd like to acknowledge her and wish her all the happiness and love as we send her off to retirement. Nancy Acciavetti. If you said to me this time last year that we would be sitting in this sanctuary and having graduation, I don't think I would have believed you. To say that it's been a long haul and you've all lived it and experienced it is an understatement. But we're here, and when I was little, my mother would always say, what did you learn from this experience? What has this experience taught you? Whether it be a good one or a very difficult one. And I've been thinking about the words that, for all of us, but most importantly for our children, their stick-to-itness, their flexibility, their grit, their love, their hope. You saw it every day, their hope. They would come in with smiling faces all the time under those masks. Their support and care for each other came shining through. Pastor Matt asked me yesterday, what would be your word for this year? And I thought, ooh, that threw me off guard. And I thought, oh gosh, I can't think of what the word would be. When 9/11 happened, they interviewed Mr. Rogers, right? And he said that his mother always taught him to look for the helpers, because there you're going to see the hope in the helpers. And there always will be helpers. And I know we all experienced that firsthand this year and a half. And the one word that comes to mind for this community this past year and a half is kindness. We are here because of your kindness and your trust in us to keep the children safe and to make them feel as normal as possible during an incredibly unique time. And we could not have done it without you. Every time we asked for your support And every time I'd send that email out or that text, and I know you were rolling your eyes, you like followed it, you did it, even though you might disagree with it, you were like, okay, it's for the better good. And when I wrote my letter that we were opening up in the summer, I said, we're all in this one canoe and we're all paddling together. And boy, did we paddle it together. Oh. So Barbara Hudson, who's not here, she actually is left to visit her new grandchild. She told me about this, he's an author, illustrator, artist, Charlie Mackesy, and he's actually a philosopher as well. And in 2019, he came out with this book, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. But it became a very popular book during the pandemic. And one of the things he writes in his preface is, I hope this book encourages you perhaps to live courageously with more kindness for yourself and for others. I think this year we have all proven, most of all our children, that we've lived courageously and with kindness. And to ask for help when you need it, which is always a brave thing to do. When I was making this book, I often wondered, who on earth am I to be doing this? But as the horse says, the truth is, everyone is winging it. So I say to all our little ones, as you go off, spread your wings and follow your dreams. And always remember how loved you've been here and how much we love you and how beautiful you are inside and out. And most importantly, when the little mole asks the little boy, what do you want to be when you grow up? He says, kind. And that's what I want for you. You are so kind to each other. You proved that every day this year. Carry that with you. And when you're not feeling great or you're feeling sad, always remember how great you are and how loved you were here. And carry that in your heart forever. I expect great things from all of you. God bless you all. Happy summer and happy graduation, boys and girls. We love you. And finally, I would be remiss in not saying a special thank you first to our board, who worked so tirelessly this year. Really. And to Pastor Matt Waterstone, who every day would text me and say, how are you doing? You're doing a great job, even though I wasn't feeling like I was doing a great job. And I want to thank him for his spiritual and emotional support during these very trying times. So thank you, Pastor Matt. And now on this beautiful graduation day, Ms. Caitlin Dowling, who is our music director, is going to do the recessional hymn, and we will meet you all out in the cloister, so the children will process out. Thank you, everyone.